and I've had time to think, and I want to share my thoughts with you. It's very important in life to feel your feelings. If someone tells you to chill out, or someone tells you to stop crying, sometimes it's necessary. If you have to take a test or something, you can put your feelings on hold, but don't bury your feelings for good. You need to recognize your feelings, feel your feelings. And if you're feeling sad or depressed or worried, share that with your friends, share that with other people, share it with your parents, especially if you're feeling sad or depressed or worried and you've been feeling that way for a long time, well, for a week or more. You definitely need to tell your parents or an adult at the school that you're feeling worried or sad or depressed. Hopefully they can help you get help so you can feel better. But feel your feelings, and don't tell other people not to feel their feelings. Be a good listener. Listening is a skill, and you don't always have the right answers, but it's important to sit with a friend and listen if they're having a problem. Maybe you don't have any answers, but sometimes they'll think through a problem while they're talking to you, or at least they will feel better because they shared it with you. So be a good listener to your friends. Now, sometimes friends say things offhand they might say things about harming themselves or harming other people. It's very difficult to tell when a person is serious or not. If you believe at all that a person is serious about hurting themselves or hurting other people, you really need to report that to adults right away. It's very important, especially if people talk about a plan. A person who says they're, kill me now, they're joking probably. But if a person who says they're going to commit suicide, and especially if you know they own a firearm, or they have access to, if they say they have some kind of plan to jump off a building, or if they have a plan to cut their wrists, then you definitely need to notify an adult. If someone says they're going to harm other people, especially if you know they own a firearm, you absolutely have to tell an adult as soon as possible. And hopefully that student will be taken out of class and there will be an investigation to find out if that student has access to a gun. It's just important. Parents love their children. Parents don't want their children to be killed at school. So when there's a lockdown, even if it's a drill, I want you to follow the instructions of the teacher. And if there's a real lockdown, do exactly as you have been told. If you've studied probability, you may realize that there's a very, very low probability that any one student in all of the schools in all of the country will be the victim of violence and gun violence. But be aware that a student in your school may harm others, and if you know that student has a gun, you need to tell someone. If you know that student has access to a gun, you need to tell someone.